This semester, I learned a lot about the Native American community, and something that struck my eye a lot was the issue of climate change and how in certain parts of America, we're pretty selfish because we don't realize that we are creating so much toxic waste and chemicals in the air, and that these pollutants travel all around the world. And it's not just the US, it's other countries too, but the tribes that live here are dealing with the aftermath of our selfishness, and Native American culture is mainly based off, they have a certain lifestyle and traditions that are really important to them, and food is a really big part of that tradition because that's how they teach the young tribe members many things. They also like to pass knowledge down to the younger members. And food is a really big part of that because most of their food is either hunted or grown. So it's very important for them to teach each other how to hunt or grow food. It's been really hard recently because climate change and global warming has been getting out of control, and farmers haven't been able to predict the weather yearly, so their crops have either been getting flooded or going through extreme heat waves, which is pretty bad. In America, we've also been creating many forms of waste and chemicals in the air, and that has been affecting our soil. And our soil is really important because that's how we grow food around the world too. And it's being destroyed on a daily basis as long as we keep doing the things that we're doing and not changing the fact that climate change has been speeding up. With the chemicals in the air, they are called greenhouse emissions, and I made a diagram. This is the Earth, the outer circle is the atmosphere, the moon, and the sun. Basically, greenhouse emissions are when radiation passes through the atmosphere, but most of it is absorbed, and it's absorbed by our clouds and basically like trapped in the air, and it's very toxic to the atmosphere, and it's very toxic to just the like plant life and stuff because they use like the oxygen in the air and stuff. The effects of this warms the atmosphere and the earth. And so we're dealing with hotter temperatures in places that have Arctic like qualities, like Alaska. They primarily have snow and really cold weather. It's pretty icy there. With global warming coming up, or the temperatures rising really, really high, it's very hard for them to save their marine life and their mammals. Like, for example, polar bears, they're being left without a home. And it's not just that, like, the actual foods that Native Americans like eat and hunt, they like live in the ice and stuff. And so it's been pretty hard for tribes there because there's nothing they can do to stop the ice from melting because the rest of the world won't come up with better ways to reverse climate change before it's too late. And with the ice melting isn't the only problem. Around the world, like I said, there's large amounts of water being used in ways that are pretty selfish, I would say. When people overuse water, I mean, like, when they use so much of it to the point where we don't, like, have that much water left. Like, most of our water sources are drying up, and that's another thing that's worrying the tribes because they are most concerned about their electricity stopping and all the ways that they have made to make their living a little bit easier instead of how it is in like America. It's been pretty hard for them, and I think that for me, what I'm gonna do to help stop climate change is recycle more. I also want to come up with like more ways to reuse plastic if I don't recycle it. I have bought metal straws because our oceans are heavily polluted and the marine life, they're dying out and stuff. And that is all the things that I learned in this class, and I hope that the other students in this class, they have ways that they want to stop pollution too, because it's very important.